Like, go. You gotta go down. Don't go up. Don't go down. Go down. Go down. Don't go up.
I saw you do my big.
Okay, 2
I can't even move, bro.
What? Right now?
What do I do, boys?
Hey, you guys just dip out. Get in the truck and dip.
It's time to leave.
Some keys. I don't have keys.
Okay, just get my
Time
car.
to leave.
Saw you do my big.
Okay, 2
Tries to leave.
I can't even move, bro.
Like if we're to boil that down, it was just unfun for the Crims, right? Now, if we're gonna speak on if we're gonna speak about that incident, I feel like this is a prime. I'm trying to think of the best way to word this that I don't end up on Reddit. No, I'm not gonna say anything negative or bad. This is a prime PD that can't be hurt. Does that make sense? What I mean by that is when 2 weeks ago when ARs were prominent and the server was how it was, which I do agree there was it was way too powerful for Crims. But one of the big things now is that it's gone like full, not even 360, it's gone 780, right? The biggest issue is that when there's a threat of being shut down, the biggest thing is at that point is now becomes how to explain it? How do I explain this to you? You think twice, right, about your actions. Now it's you can get away with whatever you want to do, right? Essentially. Because at the end of the day, I mean, Crims are fucked. So I think the simple solution is, and let me just tell you how it is, right? The balancing of whatever was supposed to be balanced was terrible. I'm just being honest. Like the armor plate stuff, sure, great idea and concepts, just not great. The fact that you literally have to open up your inventory and click on the plate instead of them being stacked. Like the change would be good if you could stack plates, bro. The change would be good if you could stack plates. The Oxy nerf, I've always said that I think Oxy should be nerfed. The biggest issue is though, is like there's no way to balance Oxy. Because ultimately, it has to kind of be OP, bro. It kind of has to be OP. Does that make sense? Like it really does. Like it does have to be OP, bro. The ARs, in my personal opinion, I think that we should just abolish ARs at this point. If that's the direction that the server wants to go with no ARs, let's not do that awkward like middle ground of like, you know, let's just pull ARs from the server at this point. If that's the direction the server's going, then let's take it that way, you know. Armor plates are way too expensive for sure. Simple said gang versus gang PvP is fine, but it doesn't work versus cops. Is gang versus gang PvP fun? Is it really though? I think that's just cope, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a bad take. But again, like how do I explain this? I don't shit on anybody for any changes, or I don't send like low-key digs at people or anything, bro, because at the end of the day, I'd be like a massive hypocrite, because I think change in any direction is good, right? It also promotes like a new mentality from criminals that their fallback plan can essentially be if shit goes tits up, you just go to a shootout and you're good, right? So like that thought process is good in my opinion, but it also can't be impossible. Because right now it seems like it's impossible. Like it's too much. I think Oxy needs to be changed back to what it was. I think Oxy needs to get changed back to what it was. And I think armor plates should be stackable. And I think Crim should have splints that only last for like 30 or 15 minutes, so that the biggest concern is that people that can get accessible splints won't go to the hospital. Now the way to counter that is that it's a makeshift splint that only lasts like 30 minutes. Because in that way, then after the 30 minutes is done, you got your splint. If they're expensive, then people aren't going to just keep reapplying them. They're going to go to the hospital, right? Secondly, I think that the PD need an SMG. I feel like the PD need like an MP5. And that should be their go-to instead of the rifles. I think that would be good. I think class 1s from Crim side need to be reworked. I don't understand the recoil on the Deagle. It makes like no sense to me. I've always been like super against recoil. Like the recoil that's on the assault rifles makes sense, but the Deagle recoil is so miserable, bro. So I think it would be a good removal to kind of push that through. A Deagle RL is the same. Okay, but Synflux, let's not do the IRL comparison stuff, brother. None of this is based off of real life. But I genuinely think like, yes, it sucks right now, but it's the same thing that I said a couple of days ago, right? We've went from zero fear of cops because our fallback plan is just smoke them when we're good. To now, shooting is like, should be the last option, right? So what really needs to happen is, if you're forced into shooting, which sometimes happens by the actions of either side, it should be a little bit more balanced than what it currently is. I think that's a fair and genuine take, bro. I don't feel like I'm on like one person schmeat on the side of this. You guys didn't even start shooting? Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The one time where we had to shoot out the other day, and I think it was because Vidal pitted someone. It's like, it's very confusing in a lot of ways to me, because I feel like if you treat people how you're treated, it shouldn't open up grounds for being shot, right? But it does. And I'm okay with that, but like, I'm also not okay with that. I wouldn't worry about the 6-round magazines, chat. Like, I'm pretty sure they're actually being just straight up yeeted from the server when NNS comes back. So I wouldn't worry about that. I think listen, I've spoken to quite a few crims the past couple of days, and a lot of them are suggesting caps on responses. Even some cops have actually messaged me and was like, yo, I think we should only respond with 12 people to certain things. And I'm just like, yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, because here's the issue, right? as much as the caps are like good for the PvP, which is cringe, right? I just think it promotes such sweatiness, bro. It just promotes so much sweatiness, bro. Like, I don't know if many of you guys were like 2.0 viewers, bro. But bro, it was just way too like sweaty, man. What would happen was you'd literally get pulled over. You'd have a warrant. You would know only 8 cops could respond, bro. You immediately put like 2 or 3 down if they're in a clown car and only 5 more can come, bro. And then Crims would get salty if cops misread the situation and brought more than what they should have. I just think it's just way too limiting cops is just it's cringe. I don't know. Like, cop limitations for me are just so weird. Yes, Daniel, it's crazy, bro. You took the words out of my mouth. I don't think the PD should be limited on units. I just think that if you wake up and there's a shootout going on or there's a scenario going on, I don't think you should just drive into it. I think, I think that's I think it should just be, what it is. In my opinion. Because a lot of the times what seems to happen is situations unfold, the unit response is appropriate, and then the next minute a bunch of people log on and they're at the shootout, or they're at the fucking raid, or they're at the thing, or they're at this, or they're at that. And it's tough. It's just tough. So I just think people that wake up mid-situation just shouldn't be allowed to join the situation. Another errors are good. They should have a hard cap on how many IRs can be on scene. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, I just don't think the reason why cops were given heavy rifles to everybody was because every AR was really good for crims. But now crim ARs are dog shit, or limited, should I say? I feel like cops should just have to go back to using the M4. But again, this is like, how do I explain this to you guys? This is like super biased from my POV, right? And my POV is more biased than most people's because we got fucking cleans. Like, we got cleans, you know what I mean? So it's like we're more biased to like assault rifles in general because we don't really have them like that, you know. Truthfully, we don't have them like that, so we don't really have the luxury of using assault rifles and throwing them away like we used to. Plus 50 hours when the AR draw, yeah, that's my point. Yeah, like, we got smoked. Listen, at the end of the day, bro, the only thing that crims can do really at this point is provide feedback and hope that things get better for us. There's no point sitting here and like blaming people or pointing fingers or getting mad at people. I'm guessing instant IFAC heal is a bug. I couldn't tell you, bro. Ming, let's hear it.
Like I was saying earlier, I think that's kind of the problem when it comes to people balancing things. I think things are balanced on like the top people. Like, not to like say we're at the top or whatever, but I'd say we're better than the average person, right? And I feel like things get balanced between that instead of the majority. Like, it'd be interesting to hear like the other gang's opinions on it. Like the smaller gangs.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I doubt they'd get into like shootouts and shit as frequently, but
genuine question, how's it been going for other groups? Are they dealing with like the same things, or are they not getting similar responses? Jet wives, but really, they don't even do bag trucks during peak hours. ADMC got 2 cops down last night. Oh yeah. ADMC got packed up 2 times in 2 days.